Hi guys, welcome. It's Gigi, and yes, I am back. Welcome to my reading. This is just a random reading, so it is. If it resonates, take it with you. If it doesn't, just leave it behind. It's a general reading, you guys. Today we are the 25th of June, just a few days before the full moon in Capricorn, if I'm not mistaken. So let's start your reading and see what the message is, you guys. I love you. Man. Oof, oof. Oh, well, let me tell you, okay, there's a woman. It seems to be a woman at work, okay, and she's not happy. Okay, so it could have to. I see some energy could be related to a Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be a Sagittarius. Okay, uh, it could be a very driven, ambitious woman, and for some reason she's being something is changing in her world. Okay, I think that there's an ending, and I'm hearing inevitable ending. Okay, oof, she's losing her chance. It's just something that's giving to someone else. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Okay, so there were a few people uh, who made the decision involving this. It seems to be maybe like a corporate woman, okay, or some type of institution. She could be just like a supervisor, a boss, all right, or she could have a title. Okay, she could be in any industry. Like she could be an artist. She could be a physician. Okay, what's happening here? What I see is that there's something that was look at undercover. She wasn't expecting that. She didn't expect that at all. She was not expecting for someone to look underneath. Maybe she said something, and she wasn't expecting for someone else to, you know, review what she said and fact check. Okay, and apparently something was wrong. It could be a credential. Okay, it could be more than that. Okay, I do, like I said, I see many people involved. Like it could be like, for instance, like could be her boss, it could be her employee, it could be an associate, it could be someone else, but there's someone else in partnership, okay, with some, it could be an institution, but it could be also a third party who just went ahead and decided to look underneath her credential, and it just didn't know. What's this? Queen of Wands. Normally she is educated. I mean, whenever she presents, she is. Okay, so we're talking about a very ambitious woman. Okay, she could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. She doesn't have to be. Okay, show me this energy. Okay, so man, I had to see. I feel rejection. Okay, so it could happen that she could have rejected something at first, or maybe she made a decision to reject something or someone. All right, and whatever she passed, or she could have made someone pass the promotion. Maybe she made someone to step down or something like that. Okay, it just came back for some reason. Five of Cups in a reverse. I see a wheel, a return. In any event, I do see this. It could be a Scorpio around that story somehow. All right. What's that? But someone's gonna get what they want though. There's a Nine of Cups here. So if you see yourself in this situation, let's say you're supposed to get a job, a promotion, or sometimes we do interviews, or if you were the one interviewing someone and you're changing your perspective. First of all, if you are interviewing someone, fact check. Okay, there's a lot of blabber. I see that. Okay, or it could be if you're interviewing someone for, like, you're looking for a roommate, you're looking for a partner, you're looking for a contractor, X, Y, and Z. Interview people, and whatever they say, it says here fact check, because some fact checks are not. Once when someone is look under the cover, it doesn't add up. That's what it says here. Yeah, something that has to do with the number 12, or the last hour. If you did something last minute, something was done last minute, or maybe the rejection was done last minute. Definitely shocking and non-expected decision. That's what I see here. tell me more. At this current moment, it says, yeah, no, it's a breaking up of a contract, okay? Don't sign anything. It says not to sign. It says not gonna go through anyways. Two of Cups in a reverse. So this is a mature. It's like people are there's some a party's looking for something. Someone needs to fulfill something, and they trying to find a fit, but it's not. It's not the right fit. All right. It's just not. Okay, and so if that's the case, let's say you're going forward, or you want to go forward for something, you're waiting for a decision, it doesn't come, it's a negative. Just to let you know, you guys, I see a 9 of Cups because something else better, more fitted is coming in. But there's a background underneath this, you getting what you want, or in the future, something manifesting exactly how you want, is because something has to end. I think I understand. Okay, so wherever the situation is in your life, you guys, this is a general reading. There's a situation that has to end for you, and you have to trust. Okay, if you know for a fact, even if, let's say, you like the salary that you're getting paid, but you're in a situation you're working with people that are micromanaging you, or they're making your job really difficult. It's not ideal, and it's just not a way for you to be able to express or use your skills, right? So this, if it's not ending, it's on a verge to end, which is good for you because there's no really capacity of growth. If you're First of all, when someone is micromanaging you, it's because there's a lack of trust, or the trust is not there. All right. Okay, so if the trust is not there when you're working for someone, with someone, or someone is supervising your work, it's gonna end. It's best to end, because at the end of the day, there's no growth. All right, so that could be also in a relationship, in a private relationship. Maybe you started a new relationship, right? I hate to say it could be a marriage. I see a queen here. Okay, maybe you started a new relationship, a new partnership, and you wanted to reject it, or you're thinking of rejecting the relationship, or someone, or something is not. See, because the thing is, I see compromise, but it's not. I mean, there's some compromises. It's just not favorable. Sometimes you just have to say no. It's just it's either this or that. It can't be like, we'll try to see if we could find a middle. Especially if you're under the impression, someone is under the impression that they were sort of used, or they were manipulated, right? Essentially, you're not going to be too inclined to want to uh, make it work with someone, knowing that behind your back, they try to manipulate you. They try to really deceive you. And then they're coming in and they're like, well, let's see if we could find an arrangement. It's going to be very difficult. So those instances, it says no. It says just walk away. It's not even walk away. Just don't sign. Don't even, okay? Just leave it all behind, because there's something else happening here. Okay, but the Death card is in the reverse, so it might take some time. I feel like the 9 of Cups and the Death card in a reverse says that if it takes time for you to take a decision to lead you to the other side, then it's gonna take time for you to get to the 9 of Cups. And some people like to be miserable. I just don't understand. Okay, miserable meaning that that's not what you want. If that's not what I want, I make sure that I change something to make it favorable for me. But some people, I don't know. Okay, so let's see what other messages related to this as well. Okay, so there's a situation, a contract, a partnership, it's ending. It's not even, okay? Because at the end of the day, that partnership was based on, there's a lot of deception, okay? And hidden agendas. So working with someone who's not being direct in their needs and what they're looking for in the partnership, it's doomed to be a failure, right? Because you have to put your card on the tables, and I feel like someone's going to verify, double check something from someone, it's going to come out negative. So be careful where you put your mouth, what you say. Okay, yeah, definitely something that has to do like in a corporate field. All right, yeah, something that has to do with trust. I felt someone is not trusting how someone is managing. You could be working in a department, or working in the field, working with uh, co-workers, right? And then you have your own private activities that you involve yourself in, and they're judging your capacity to do the work in this current environment where they are based on what you do in your own time. Something like that with the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So no need to hide, all right? So if you have like an activity that you do, a private like business or something like that, best believe that some people are the people that have find out or whatever, they're basing their decision on what information they have find out. Could be good or bad, it doesn't matter, but the bottom line is whatever they find out, if it doesn't, it looks like it may not be a fit. Okay, don't forget Mercury is going to go in retrograde in Cancer, you guys, for the next few months. A lot of deals going to be broken or just not happening. All right, people's going to change their mind. So Four of Pentacles, like I said, in the reverse. So if you're thinking of having a second income or hustle, keep it to yourself. All right, because people are watching right now. Okay, they're watching the effort you're putting with the amount that you're bringing in. All right, and yeah, I hate the pocket watchers. All right, but this is the heads up because the Ace of Pentacles, you're about to receive something. Someone has been working really hard, and I feel like might be talking. So I might be talking to someone who knows exactly who's the person who's been like trying to build their credential on air, who someone who has, that could have been going on for years. All right, it could be someone that you have seen for the last, I don't know, 5 years, 10 years, having like important roles and position, knowing that you're like, you could have been like, well, that's kind of weird because I never knew that. I can't really find the history, and then come to find out they're being checked, or their credit experience or experience is being verified, and it comes out as a lie, as with the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel a lot of people gonna be, man, a lot of people are doing their research. All right, what's that important? Queen of Cups. It's a female energy. So female, water, and I see like a earth, like there's definitely a combination where if you're working in, or if you're doing if you're in a partnership, I can't say it properly. Okay, so you're in a partnership. It could be you have sign a lease, you're moving in, or it's a new job, whatever. Okay, I don't have enough example at this moment, but what it shows here is that there is a feminine energy. Okay, I just say feminine, right? A feminine energy who's being very selective in who will be part of her team, because that's the Queen of Cups. That's the one who's going to give you a Nine of Cups. Okay, so there's a female energy, and that's going to surprise a few people, because I felt like it could be a situation where you're expecting, let's say you have a friend or someone at a job, and they're looking for someone, and you're expecting to go through it, or to at least have an interview because you have your friend and they're already inside. You could be deceived. It could be one part of the deception. You're thinking, oh yeah, he's gonna put the right word, or maybe you didn't even need them to apply, but you find out that they're working at the company. You're trying to reach out to them, and then you find out that when you reach out to them, they have nothing good to say about you, right? um, they have nothing good to say about you, actually. They're blocking you. All right, and they're not only blocking you, but they're piling up on the negative reviews outside of like the policy of work, something like that, because the Temperance was in a reverse. So I feel like, yeah, that could be the the um, queen of uh, Queen of Wands, very, very jealous and vindictive, especially when someone else is shining right now. Venus is in Leo. So I don't know, maybe there's some type of like comp, comparison. I can't speak. Comparison. Okay, so the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands is being compared. So there's kind of two type of women that are being compared, but I feel that it could be the same woman too. The same woman who was the Queen of Wands in the reverse, so very unsatisfied, Okay, Queen of Wands in the reverse. Not only she's unsatisfied, she become highly critical. Okay, and on the other side, we have the Queen of Cups in this position where she's very warm and loving, and she has that unconditional love that comes naturally. She doesn't have to fake it. She doesn't have to need you to do something for her. She just that's what she does. She just love unconditionally, and people feel loved around her. So that could be the same person. So maybe if let me know how this resonates. It could be an energy where you feel yourself that you have to exhibit two different type of women based on your environment, right? Or it could also be like I was saying, like there's also a very jealous Queen of Wands. Beside the word jealous, how to describe the Queen of Wands in the reverse? I would say angry and aggressive, uh, low self-esteem, low self-esteem. All right, when you see the Queen of Cups next to the this energy here, the Eight of Pentacles, I feel like someone has taken some time to build themselves. It could be you. It could be that your private life is more fulfilling and abundant than your professional life because you're dealing with people that have lack of clarity, or people that have low integrity, right? Because people could be talking a lot of their credential, or they could have the credential and not be able to do the work. That nowadays I learned that don't mean anything. Sometimes even me, I'm back to school and you see people that have more degrees, and sometimes you ask yourself, really, where do they have the degree? Just like people could ask for anybody, right? So Ace of Pentacles and a Four of Pentacles in a reverse. Someone is growing out of an environment. It could be also an attitude, all right? It could be a projection, all right? So see how this fit also for you guys, how you could, because if it's not you, I could be reading someone next to you, or you could be, this could be relating to a neighbor, or it could be you. Okay, so let me know how this resonates with you. Just before I leave, I just want to see the Ace of Pentacles. Because what's happening is, first of all, someone has been working really hard, but they've been working hard on themselves, privately, quietly, right? Sometimes in order to become the Queen of Cups, you need to be the Queen of Wands. You need to be a little bit less tolerant. You need to be a little bit more assertive, right? Me, I remember every time I see sometimes video from older people, they always say the older people, don't be too nice. It's true. People take kindness for weakness. I hate to say it, and I know a lot of young people's watching me. Be mindful. Don't allow people to think that you're kind, and because you're kind, you allow them to walk over you. All right? There's a moment and a place. And sometimes there's people too. You might switch it up for someone, and then you have to switch it off for someone else. That's energy. All right? So this Queen of Cups, one thing that people don't talk a lot about in tarot is Queen of Cups, the most important thing is to be replenished, because it's a water sign. She could be drained. All right, especially with the Queen of Wands in a reverse, she could be drained. All right, so to replenish the water energy is this unconditional love. To be replenished is to center yourself with the loving people around you, and that's pretty much it. It's to have boundaries, right? So Ace of Pentacles, you guys, before I end this reading. Yeah, I love this, especially now. Okay, so the solstice has arrived. We're summer now. The Chariot, all right? We're in a season of Cancer, represent Cancer as well. Ace of Pentacles could be something related to a move, a relocation. All right. So like I was saying, if you're in a situation I'm speaking right now, where you are receiving no's, partnership are breaking up, people are changing their views. They're not. There's also communication is very emotional communication. People are making decisions based on their emotions. All right, based on their feelings more than anything. All right, so with this energy, it says that If you don't feel it right now, your heart is not in it, is not in it. You have to trust and believe with this energy right now that something better is coming for all of us. If you are content in a situation and you don't want to see if there is something better, and content is good, all right, but you have to really be content. Some people believe they are. If Because what it says is that you could change, you could remove, you could pull out, you could withdraw, or on the other side you could be also canceled. The rug could be pulled out of someone here, all right, and you may be able to witness that because people are making decision, very emotional decision at this time. Okay, so this is a major arcana. Some people are relocating. If it's not a relocation, there's definitely a travel, some type of travel. I would say like a long term travel, maybe like over like a weekend, maybe longer, like a week, 2 weeks. All right, or it could just be a change of scenery. You're moving out. You're done. You could be done with one phase, and now you're moving on into another. Maybe you're done with your your master degree, and you're moving on to your PhD or some type of completion here. But remember, you had to let go and you had to switch. So don't feel, to whoever's watching, don't feel any type of way for uh, exhuming the Queen of Wands in the reverse when you needed to. All right, sometimes we need to. You need to be assertive. You need to be direct, and direct for you is harsh for someone else. Direct for you is mean for someone else. So you're not here to make them happy. You're here to really have that balance for your life, because everybody is here to assert themselves, right? So I'm gonna end this reading here, you guys. Let me know how this resonates with you. Leave me comments. I think I'm gonna do another reading. Until next time, send you lots of kisses. Love you.